Long ago, before the foundations of the world were laid, there was a realm of light where countless angels served in joy and perfect harmony. It was there, among the halls of heaven, that Lucifer planted the seeds of rebellion. Today we will not dwell on Lucifer's pride alone. We've explored that before. Instead, let us follow the tragic path of those who chose to follow him. What did he promise them? What words of poison did he whisper that caused so many of God's mighty angels to abandon their holy place? Isaiah chapter 14, verses 13 and 14 opens a window into Lucifer's heart. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Imagine the thrill, the forbidden spark in such promises. Not to serve, but to rule. Not to worship, but to be worshipped. Lucifer offered them a share in his grand uprising, an unholy promise of thrones, power, and freedom from God's perfect order. Revelation chapter 12, verse 4 tells us, "His tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven and did cast them to the earth." 1/3. A staggering host of angelic beings seduced by pride who would soon pay the price for their choice. And then, judgment came swiftly. Heaven could not hold rebels. Lucifer and all who followed him were cast out of their glorious home. Revelation chapter 12, verse 9 says,
"And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him."
Their path led downward, from the splendor of heaven to the dust and shadows of the earth. Now fallen, these once glorious spirits found themselves far from God's throne, cut off from the purity and light they once knew. Banished from heaven, they turned their dark intentions toward the earth and toward mankind, made in God's image. Genesis chapter 6, verses 1 and 2 offers a haunting glimpse of what came next.
"The sons of God saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose."
Many understand sons of God here to mean angels who left their proper dwelling. Their corruption mingled with humanity, birthing the Nephilim, giants that filled the earth with violence and fear. Jude, verse 6, speaks of the consequence.
"And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day."
Some were bound immediately, locked away in chains of darkness, awaiting final judgment. But not all were imprisoned. Many of these fallen ones continued their path across the ages, wandering, whispering, weaving deception through the story of humanity. Their steps can be traced through Scripture. In Daniel chapter 10, verse 13, we glimpse how these beings influenced entire nations. "But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days." This was no earthly monarch. It was a spiritual prince, a fallen angel who resisted God's messenger, shaping the affairs of empires from behind the veil. Even in the days of Job, Satan himself and these other fallen beings still had access to stand before God's throne, seeking permission to test and accuse the faithful. Job chapter 1, verses 6 and 7 tells us, Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. Their journey continued, roaming freely across the earth, searching for souls to devour. If these ancient footsteps across time stir your spirit, give this video a like and subscribe. We share epic Bible stories like this every day, drawn from the deepest wells of Scripture, centuries past. Until one day, the Son of God stepped into human history. When Jesus walked among us, the presence of these fallen beings became unmistakably clear. Demons shrieked and begged at his feet, terrified that their journey might end sooner than they wished. Luke chapter 8, verses 30 and 31 records a chilling encounter. And Jesus asked him, saying, What is thy name? And he said, Legion, because many devils were entered into him. And they besought him that he would not command them to go out into the deep. The deep, or abyss, was the prison where many of their brethren were already confined. They dreaded it. They pleaded for more time to continue their work upon the earth, to inhabit bodies, to spread torment, to drive people far from God. But Jesus cast them out with a word, proving his authority over every throne, power, and spirit, whether fallen or faithful. Still, their path did not end there. Even after Christ's resurrection, these fallen ones continued their long march against God's plan. Revelation chapter 12, verse 17 paints the picture. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of God, and have the testimony of Jesus Christ. Their mission did not change. From the days they first fell to the final trumpet, they seek to destroy, deceive, and turn hearts away from the Creator. If you're finding these revelations meaningful, tap like and subscribe so you won't miss our next journeys through Scripture. 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 14 warns us, And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Their journey is filled with deception. Even now, they cloak themselves in false brilliance, offering counterfeit wisdom and shadowed enlightenment. But their dark pilgrimage has an appointed end. Matthew chapter 25, verse 41 declares their destiny. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Hell was not crafted for humankind, but for these rebellious angels as a final prison of fire, far from the presence of God. Revelation chapter 20, verse 10 seals their fate forever. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, and shall be tormented day and night, forever and ever. Their long journey, from the heights of heaven to the depths of the pit, ends in eternal darkness and unending torment. So, what can we learn from this ancient path these angels walked? Pride leads to downfall. Rebellion against the Creator, whether by angels or by us, never ends in glory. The same seductive whispers that led mighty beings to abandon heaven still echo in human hearts today. Exalt yourself, decide your own way, live by your own light. But the fate of these angels is written, and so is ours. if we choose to walk humbly with God instead. If this story opened your eyes, give us a like, subscribe, and explore our channel. We share powerful Bible stories every single day. Stories that reveal truth, hope, and the epic battles beyond what our eyes can see. Join us again tomorrow as we continue to uncover the wonders and the warnings of Scripture.